Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. I'm so excited that I'm gonna be spending these few minutes with you all today. So today we are going to be talking about your savings. Yes, you heard me correct. Your savings. Now before we start this video, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you like the button, subscribe, and then press the notification button if you want to get to know when I release new videos and new contents, right? So I'm going to be making videos about finances, leadership, and real estate, right? So if you have any particular video that you want me to do, make sure you comment on the chat button, and I'm going to see it, and I'm going to plan to make those videos. Now let's talk about your finances. Let's talk about your savings. Number one rule of money is to make sure you generate enough money, right? Generate enough money to take care of your needs. And number two is make sure you save and protect your money. So today we are going to be talking about your savings, and I have an important question that I want to ask you today. Are you committed to your financial independence journey, or are you just interested in it? You see, if you are committed to your journey, you are telling me that you are willing to take any action. You are willing to take any action, legal and moral, to make sure that you are financially independent or you are financially free someday. But if you are only interested in it, you could attend 10 conferences in a year. You could go to different boot camps. You could go to different work or do different stuff just to declare your interest, but you are not putting any action to it, right? So the word there is action. A committed person takes action to the realization of the goals that they are craving for, or the goals that they believe in. So today, my question to you is, are you committed to your financial independence journey, or are you just interested in it? If you are committed, now let's go further in this journey, because this video is just for the people who are committed to making sure that one day that you don't have to answer yes boss to anybody. You don't have to be somebody's servant or work for somebody again. Someday, it might be 20 years, it might be 15 years, right? But you have that goal that at some point in time, I want to be financially free, to live my life at its fullness, right? So today we are going to be talking about your savings. Warren Buffett, who was once the second richest man in the whole world, I think he's currently at 4 or 5 right now, he said something that is very striking. He said that you shouldn't save what is left after your spending. Instead, you should spend what is left after your savings. So going back to the number 2 law of financial independence, which is the savings component part of it, you have to realize that you have to put money aside, right? And make sure that your money is protected. Now, before we drill down to your savings, I want to talk to you about the difference between your needs and your wants. You see, sometimes when we get these two stuff clustered together, it becomes very mushy, and we can't just separate both of them together. Now, let's go down to the definitions. Number 1, what is your need and what is your want? Your need are the things that are very necessary for you to sustain your life. What do I mean? Things like food, things like shelter, things like insurance, accommodation. These are things that are necessary. They are important for you to live your life. Like, you cannot do without these things. These are what I call your needs. I have a clothes on me. I have a shelter over my roof. I have eaten today. These are your needs, right? They are very important for you to live this life. And what are your wants? Your wants are things that just embellish your life, things that improve the quality of your life. Think, for instance, I want to go to Austin, Texas. I can decide to drive, I can decide to fly, And that in flying, I can decide to do first class, business class, or even use private jet. So these are my wants. I want to go to Austin, Texas. Not only that, I want to go to Austin, Texas by flight. I want to go to Austin, Texas by road. So those are my wants. So the thesis I'm working today is that the human wants are insatiable, right? Think, for instance, I go to Amazon and I add so many things in my cart, not because I need them. No, these are just the things that I want, right? So, in talking about your savings, you have to understand that before you can scale, every scaling that you have in your in your finances, right? All of them have to be built on your savings. Your savings acts as a buffer to whatever is happening out there financially. If you are very liquid in your savings, then you can, from that liquidity, invest in assets that are illiquid. You understand? So savings is the bedrock. It is the bedrock of financial independence. So the sooner you get better at your savings, the sooner you can realize that, okay, perhaps I have so investments to move my money in. Therefore, let's go ahead and do it. So your savings is your enabler. Your savings is going to enable you to find opportunities to move your money in. I'm going to be making a lot of videos about, savings versus inflation, and also some savings accounts that you can start exploring. So please do check out this YouTube video because I'm going to be making a lot of videos on that. Now, let's get down to the skill and to the system that empowers you to save for financial independence. The skill number one is discipline. There is nobody, except if money fell on your laps from heaven, or somebody gave you a windfall from insurance, or something, you win a lotto, or money just mysteriously appeared to you, right? Except if that is your case. But every other person, you must have to imbibe the principle of discipline. You have to be disciplined with your money. That's where it all starts from. So when you are disciplined with your money, and then you build a system around whatever is coming in, any money that is coming in, assuming you are making 1,000 a week, what is the system that money goes through? And I want to introduce to you guys the system of 50, 30, 20. So 50 goes to your needs, 30 goes to your wants, and then 20 goes to your savings, right? So when you talk about the 50%, you are putting that to everything that is a need, right? So after taxes, real estate is one of the most reoccurring expenses that a lot of people do, or a lot of people have in their lifetime, right? So people spend a lot of money in rent, right? So you talk about rent, that is your need. You talk about, your food, your clothing. So those are your needs. The insurance in your car, in your house, and what have you, right? Those are your needs. Those are what that 50% should be attending to, right? For the 30%, the 30% has to go to what are your wants, right? The kind of car you want to finance, then you talk about like designer stuff that you want to do. So restrict that to 30, and then make sure that you discipline yourself on the 20%, which is going into your savings. Until you perfect this framework, my brother, my sister, you are going to be losing money here and there. You're going to be losing money every corner, because your savings has to act as the bedrock of your financial independence. So this is just a suggestion. The 50, 30, 20 framework is just a suggestion. Now you can move up, move down, depending on how aggressive or how conservative you want to go. At some point in time, I was really operating, 40, I was operating 40, 10, 50, right? 40 goes to my needs, 10 goes to my wants, and 50 goes to my savings. And that was how I was able to succeed in paying for my tuition in this country. I'm talking from experience, guys, because I've experienced this myself. Your savings is your bedrock, is your springboard to your financial independence. So once you perfect these things, you start analyzing within your mind, oh, I have $1 coming in. If I have $1 coming in, 20 cents should be going into your savings. You already know that. And that's how you start calculating every other thing. And then it gets to a point when you have saved enough money that you develop something called emergency funds. So emergency fund is just a fund that you leave in your savings account just in case something happens. And usually people have different methodologies of calculating for that, right? So this is how everybody's emergency fund is different. So you have to calculate what works for you. Number one, make sure you save at least 6 months worth of expenses. 6 months worth of expenses. So you calculate that your particular need, the things that you need to sustain your life, and you say, okay, I have looked at my monthly expenses on my need that I need. I must have about say 2,000 every month to be able to sustain myself, right? So in that your savings account, you have to build up 2,000 times 6, which is 12,000 worth of emergency fund in your savings account. So I'm going to be doing another video on some savings accounts that are really good for savings. They are high interest savings account. Before then, I want you to, if you are enjoying this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you enjoy about this video, and tell me what are your thoughts and some other videos that you want me to be doing. So finally, to get to the bottom of it, we have talked about that your savings is the springboard for your financial independence. This is where you spring from, right? We've talked about developing a skill, and we've talked about developing a system. The skill of being disciplined with your money. So once $1 is coming in, you know where it is going, and build that framework based on your lifestyle, based on where you are currently, right? If you are making 10,000 every month, right? Use your framework and divide the money where it should go, to the bucket that it should go. If you are using the 50-30-20 framework, then you know that 20% of that 10,000, which is 2,000, is going straight into your savings. And with that, you build up an amount. When you build up a certain level of amount, then we'll talk about the higher levels of investments, which is what financial vehicles do you put your money in? What area do you invest your money in? So these are the next videos I'm going to be making. But I hope that you've been able to gain one or two things from this tutorial today about your savings. Your savings is very important, right? And that's where all financially smart people start, by being aggressive, being conservative, being what have you with your money. But make sure you have that framework. Make sure you have that system. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to it. See you in the next one. Bye.